Welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley, where we bring you all the highlighted action of the Southern University football program. It's brought to you by Louisiana Lottery, Cherry Lane Chevrolet, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Louisiana, Manda Fine Meat, Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals, Tobacco-Free Living Community of Color Network, Care South Medical and Dental, and the Cardiovascular Institute of the South. Hello and welcome to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley, where each week we bring you all the exciting action of the Southern University football program. We come to you each Monday around noon from the Southern Coffee, located at 8418 Scotland Avenue in the heart of Scotlandville. Come by, check Horatio out. He's got some great smoothies. I'm drinking a really healthy one today. Got some kale in it even. And he's got great sandwiches, a salad bar, etc. You can catch the show about 6 times a week on TV and, of course, at your convenience on YouTube and Facebook. Coach Dooley, resilient win over the Alabama A&M Bulldogs in our second home game of the season. We win the game 20-10, and your team would not let this W slip away. Coach, even with the win, penalties are hurting us. We had 10 for 85 yards, and without a couple of key defensive stops, your defense did play stout. The outcome could have been different.
Yeah, but I thought the guys played for 60 minutes, what we preach and teach every time. But, the penalty is very uncharacteristic of us, because when you think up the first 2 weeks, we didn't have 10 penalties from the first game to the second game, and of course not 85 yards. But that gives us something to work on for the open date right now. We just got to continue to grind and get better each week.
Well, let's jump into those first half highlights and show everybody what happened in A.W. Mumford Stadium for this second home game. And here you see it.
I thought the very first play was a very explosive play, something that we worked on. I thought the first drive was very explosive.
It was.
Had the mindset, it was running more one of our tempos, and the guys came in and made it work and punched it into the end zone.
Enjoyed seeing Quarles get in the mix, Coach.
Absolutely. Brought some good things to the table. Still some things we're working on, but I think we got to stable. As long as we keep it going and get better each week, I think we give ourselves a chance.
There you saw Gary Quarles scoring from 17 out and Griffin with the point after. Here you see some good defense. Coach, your defense really played well, and especially when it counted.
Absolutely. I challenged those guys because not looking in the rearview mirror, but that's very uncharacteristic of what we did that week before, giving up that many rushing yards. So they challenged themselves as well, and I thought they came out and took the challenge well and stayed the course and paid off for us.
There you saw a couple of good plays from the Jaguars. Great toe tap catch right there. Looks like we turned the ball over, and they on offense. Coach, there again, we talked about the defense. They were snuffing that quarterback out.
Absolutely. The one thing that really stood out to me about the defense this week right here, we went back to what we did last year, creating turnovers. When you create turnovers, great things happen.
Good open field tackle right there. We got the ball back. Blood puts it in the air. Great catch right there, Coach.
Absolutely. The chemistry is coming, the timing is coming, and I think those guys continue to work and be okay. It was good right there. Got a chance to get the backup quarterback in. He came and did what he was supposed to do. Didn't lose it for us. Made some positive yards.
Does he pronounce his name Bowden or Bowden?
Bowden.
Bowden, okay. There you have it. A field goal. We're up 10-3 at this juncture. That was a great run right there, Coach.
Absolutely. I thought we showed a sense of urgency, something that we work on when you talk about the 2 minute. And I thought those guys was clicking on all cylinders right here. Unfortunately, right here, they call us out at the 1 yard line, and then right here, the lineman pushed them over, but they got to make the call. The best way to get that call is hand the ball to the referee.
Coach, what happened right there? I mean, it looked like a touchdown to most of the stands, and what did you see?
Of course, I'm going to see touchdown. But, at the end of the day, the coaching point on that thing right there, if you hand the ball to the referee, there's no doubt.
Okay. All right. When we come back, we're going to look at the second half of the Alabama A&M Bulldogs game on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley.
Orleans Saints scratch off. Play New Orleans Saints from the lottery. Just scratch, fold, and punch your way to winnings. Punch your ticket with New Orleans Saints. Win up to $100,000. Enter our second chance drawings, giving you a season to smile.
Lemonade, would you like some lemonade?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, cool truck!
You like my new truck from Jerry Lane? I'm on the way to get my first free oil change.
Free oil change! Wow!
You can count on Jerry Lane.
Medicaid members, keep your address and phone number up to date to make sure you receive important information about your health insurance and you don't risk losing your coverage. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, follow the directions and respond to it as soon as possible. For questions or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember, keep your contact information up to date and respond to Medicaid letters so you don't lose your health care coverage.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Jared Dooley. Coach Dooley, we are up 10-3 at the half. What do you tell your team in the locker room at halftime so they can come out ready for the second half?
Just like we talk about all the time, it's not a 30-minute contest. You can't win the first half and win the game. You got to play for 60 minutes. We know that we didn't play our best, but we still had a lead. So now we got to go out and protect the lead and get better. And I thought the defense accepted the challenge, got a turnover quick, and the offense answered and scored. So that's kind of something that we wanted to do. Now we just got to continue to sustain drives and get those guys off the field too on third downs as well.
Coach, your quarterback play, 15 of 26 for 225 in the TD. How did you feel about the quarterback play of both Blood and Bodden?
You know, the thing is that we talk about all the time with being able to protect the football, make smart decisions. And I thought for the very first game, this time right here, Blood did not have a turnover, so that's growth right there. And I think for the backup to come in and show pause and to come in and do the things that he needs to keep the drive going, that's what we want. We don't want it to be any different when another guy come in. It got to be the same thing that took place. But those young men help each other on the sideline. They got eyes for each other off the field. So when you keep working like that, I think great things happen.
Coach, Gary Quarles, talked about him in the first one. He had a great game. It was good to see him get some work and get on track.
Absolutely. He's a very explosive guy. We got some guys just trying to find the right fix and mix to get those guys going, and I think we was able to get it right there. Of course, he was a little pumped up going against his former team, but I thought he stood the course and played well.
Coach, also Taj Brown, Derek Williams, and Kelby Givens, their play on defense was incredible. They really, really wanted it.
Yeah, they did. You know, I joke with him all the time and tell Taj Brown, you're not making no plays, but that young man has been playing exceptionally well in all three ball games. And you got to always take your hat off to a Givens. Talking about a young guy, you would think he's a senior the way that he flies around and play. So we're very happy. We got some guys that's making plays and they're coming to their own, and I think we just got to continue to grow each week and get better.
Well, let's look at these guys play. Let's turn in the second half highlights of the Jaguars versus the Bulldogs. And here we go. Here you see a great play. Talking about Taj Brown right there, Coach. Another good play right here by Qualls.
Absolutely.
13-yard loss.
Kind of work on that. We thought we was going to be able to get someone to scoop and score on that.
You saw a missed field goal right there by Griffin. Here you see a 19-yard loss Great play by, I think it was Cotton, Coach. Was that right?
Yeah, but then we had a chance to get the touchdown right there. That was Qual's second touchdown on the run right there after a turnover that the defense created. So we were playing complementary football, I thought.
Carter and Monroe getting after it on defense. Great open field tackle right there, Coach, by, who was that, Young?
That was Judson. He did a great job.
Here's a 6-yard loss. Jalen Campbell getting in on the act. We talked about Kelby Givens. Good stop. Well, they actually score on this one.
Well, this here was the one right here where we thought it was a delay of game. And I don't know if the guys actually stopped on the field, but they thought it was a delay of game. And that's why you got to keep playing until you hear the echo of the whistle. Great second effort right there by Kendrick Grimes to get that first down to keep the chains moving.
Great hit right there. There we go, talking about the Deast and the Stout. And then there you have it, the fumble from the one, Jaguar ball, touchback. Coach, controversial call, but it definitely was a fumble.
Yes, it was, and you know, it was great timing. You're talking about they had an opportunity to tie the ball game up and change the magnitude of the game right there, but defense came through and we had the opportunity to move the ball out.
Another great play by Taj Brown in on that fumble. Jaguars get the ball, moving toward the 1-yard line. Unfortunately, we don't score, but we get the field goal, Coach.
Yeah, just playing smart football right there. We're going up by 2 possessions with less than 2 minutes to go. We knew our defense was playing well, so we didn't want to just turn the ball over. Right here, you're talking about a key interception by Horatio to seal a game.
There you have it. And that's ball game, 20-10 Jaguars. When we come back, we'll look at our Jerry Lane Chevrolet Players of the Week on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Jerry Dooley.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
Depression, anxiety, trauma, nicotine dependence, and more. Many families are struggling with behavioral health issues. Reaching out for professional help is the best thing you can do for you and your family. At Care South, we are committed to helping individuals and families to heal, bounce back, and grow stronger. Our team of professionals are available for telehealth and in-person visits. Call for an appointment today at 225-650-2000. Hope in healing is just a phone call away.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love. Each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Your heart and vascular system is at the core of your overall health. Trust your care to Cardiovascular Institute of the South, a world leader in the diagnosis and treatment of heart disease, artery and vein disease in the legs, and heart valve disease. CIS cardiologists offer the most advanced, innovative, and compassionate care for the complete health of your heart and legs. Schedule an appointment at one of our 3 locations in the Capital Region at cardio.com.
Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. Coach Dooley, each week in this segment we have our Jerry Lane Chevrolet Players of the Week on offense, defense, and special teams. Who were those Players of the Week for the Alabama A&M game?
Well, you know, offensively, I have to go with Gary Qualls. He had our 2 touchdowns, did a great job, one receiving touchdown and one rushing touchdown. So I'll go with Gary Qualls. But when you talk about the defense side, had so many guys to choose from, but I say Taj Brown because this young man played the defensive end. He played the 3-tech for us, so he played everywhere on the line and he made plays regardless of where we put him at. So I like Taj Brown. And the guy that I thought was so important that you really don't see in stats unless you're just looking at it, I thought it was Robin's Beauplan. I thought he flipped the field, had some great punts and gave some good field position for the defense to be able to have those guys pinned back.
Coach, I believe a couple of NFL teams would like to have somebody who's punting 45 yards. He had a couple of 45 yarders in that game.
He did, absolutely.
So good for him. Hopefully he'll get a shot. Coach, after the game, we had a chance to catch up with some of those guys you just talked about. Joe Dupree filed this report on the Alpha Media player interviews.
Well, Todd, I'm here with Gary Quarles, and Gary, looked like the offense got running tonight on all cylinders. You did a great job. 64 yards receiving. You had that one big catch for 56 yards and the touchdown, over 20 yards rushing. Tell me, how did it feel coming out there watching the Jaguars function the way they did tonight?
We just doing what we've been doing all week. This week we've been preparing against them, and we just balled out today. The intensity was up today, and we made it happen.
Even though your run game was very good, what did we do to kind of improve the run game? It seems to be our run-pass option was working, but it seems to be there was a lot of times they were very stifling on the run and stopping the run. How do we improve on that?
We're going to just clean up the details. We're going to get after this week.
I'm here with Derek Williams, and man, tonight was a great night. The secondary played lights out. Great win over the A&M Bulldogs. You had 5 tackles, and you broke up a lot of big passes. How did it feel with that first win now underneath our belts?
The feeling is unexplainable when you get a win, especially in college football. It's hard to get a win in college football. Me and my guys, we just happy to get this win, and we just ready to get this show on the road now.
The defense have been playing lights out, but I do have a few questions and concerns. There was a lot of times tonight that y'all had the opportunity to get A&M off the field, but it seems to be there was a little discipline problem, penalties. How do we fix that as we move forward?
You said the right word, discipline. We just got to double down on our discipline and watch the hard count, make sure our D-line watch the ball, and we just going to clean it up for next week.
As I said, Todd, our defense played lights out, and Kelby Givens was one of the reasons why. 5 tackles, 2 sacks, and a forced fumble. Man, was the defense on it? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, I definitely think we came out with a chip on our shoulder because, last week we didn't play the way we wanted to, and so, we had to have the bend, don't break mentality, so that's what we did today.
Mr. Givens, you had a great game. Listen, we got a week off. What do we do as we get ready after this week off to go into Pine Bluff to improve?
You said yourself earlier with Derek, we got to clean up the penalties. Playing a great team, if we want to play championship football, we're not going to keep on having chance over chance over chance. You only get that one chance playing championship football, so we got to clean up the penalties.
You heard it right here, Todd, on the Jaguar Football Show. Go Jags.
All right, welcome back. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, gentlemen. Congrats on your Player of the Week awards. When we come back, we're going to look ahead to our first open week of the 2023 season, as well as our next opponent, the UAPB Lions in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. Stay with us on the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Jared Dooley.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, cool truck.
You like my new truck from Jerry Lane? I'm on the way to get my first free oil change.
Free oil change. Wow!
You can count on Jerry Lane.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
Are you feeling lucky? Play Good Luck from the lottery. Win up to $4,000. 2 ways to play, 2 ways to win. Sing double, play double time. Win up to $15,000. It's everyone's favorite word game. Change your luck and play Lucky 7 crossword. Top prize is $77,777. The Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to smile.
Medicaid members, keep your address and phone number up to date to make sure you receive important information about your health insurance and you don't risk losing your coverage. If you get a letter from Louisiana Medicaid, follow the directions and respond to it as soon as possible. For questions or to update your info, call the number on your insurance card or visit healthy.la.gov. That's healthy.la.gov. Remember, keep your contact information up to date and respond to Medicaid letters so you don't lose your health care coverage.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. All right, Coach, as I mentioned in the last segment, we got our first open week of the 2023 season. Usually means the Jaguar coaches hitting the recruiting trail. Got to ask you, who handles recruiting for your staff?
Right now, Dre Fusilier is our recruiting coordinator, so we do have some plans, some things that we're going to do, but we're going to try to work on Southern University and versus Southern this whole week right here to get the chemistry going, to get some things going, because it's all conference play right now. So we're going to do that, but we are going to hit the local games right here within the areas to look at some recruits. We've been doing it for the past 2 weekends, had the opportunity to go to some games, so we'll continue to hit that recruiting trail. It's just so different right now because of the phases of the recruiting process. When you talk about transfer portal, you talk about junior college guys, and then you talk about high school. And I'm very, very skeptical about coaches just offering high school guys, knowing they're just offering them just to say they offer them. I don't want to play with nobody's future like that. When I go in, if I offer a kid, then I'm serious about it. Kid, nothing changed my mind. I don't care who transfer. That's the guy that I want.
Well, there you have it from the coach. Coach, I know you probably won't tell us, but what are some of the positions that you're really looking at for next year's squad?
Well, yeah, I can, because we know we got to fit our needs. We're always going to get our needs first, and then we can take care of everything else. We're going to lose a group of receivers, so we need to bring in some receivers. Both, I think, experience as well as some young guys. We got some great talent that we've been already we evaluated, and we love what we see. I think I'm going to always build inside out. I'm going to look at offensive linemen and defensive linemen, regardless if we have 30 of them. I'm always going to look to recruit that area. I don't think you can ever get enough. So those are two right there we definitely got to get in. Now we got to go out and get a punter. This is our punter last year, so we got to get a guy that can come in and do some of the same thing of the guy that we're losing. So those are the strong needs right there, offense and defensive line, wide receiver play. Pretty much a lot of guys coming back. We got a large junior class, so we should have some guys coming back, and just got to go out and handpick some guys that can help us.
Coach, 2 more questions on recruiting. The transfer portal has really changed college football and how you build a team. Would you say on average a team is 60 to 70% different from year to year due to the transfer portal?
I would. I think it's even higher after the spring ball. You've been and went through some guys with spring ball, and then that second phase of that transfer portal coming out again, and guys are constantly going to get guys. So it changes. It's got 3 phases. You got the recruiting aspect as when it's the signing date, then you got right after the signing date, and then you have the summer.
Coach, how does Eric Dooley deal with the people who want to send you video of their kid, their grandkid, there's somebody in their family who thinks that they got the next superstar Jaguar? I know, a lot of these kids now have huddle videos and other recruiting videos that the family builds. And how does you and your staff deal with those influx of videos of people who want their kid to be a Jaguar?
We have a system, and we have a profile that we're looking for, and we're going to evaluate everyone. Okay. The chances are the guys, some of the videos that they're sending in, if they're from areas that we recruit, we probably already have the video, and we're going to make sure we take a look at them. And we're not just taking videos and not evaluating them. We're going to recruit every week in and week out. So we evaluate those guys, and if they fit the profile that we're looking for, then of course we're going to continue to reach out to go after those guys.
Coach, next game, UAPB Lions, one of your old stomping grounds where you were the offensive coordinator. what do they like to do on offense and defense?
Well, right now on offense, they're running the football. They got a great rushing attack right there. They got two running backs that can run the football, and they're trying to find their niche of who they are, their identity. Defensively, they're flying around. You see a lot of different things that they're doing. They're being very, very aggressive defensively, and it's pretty much the same thing. You know, when you get into the fourth week of the season, defensively, you're going to see some of the same fronts, some of the same blitzes, some of the same coverages, but it's just, I guess, different personnel. So they're being very aggressive on defense, and they are able to run the football offensively.
Well, when we come back, we're going to wrap up this week's edition of the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Jared Dooley.
Diseases from smoking kill more African Americans each year than car crashes, AIDS, and murders combined. In the U.S., about 1 in 5 African American adults smoke cigarettes. It's estimated that each cigarette you smoke shortens your life by 7 minutes. That's 7 minutes less to spend time with people you love doing what you love each time you smoke a cigarette. Is it worth it? Smoking affects us all.
Your heart and vascular system is at the core of your overall health. Trust your care to Cardiovascular Institute of the South, a world leader in the diagnosis and treatment of heart disease, artery and vein disease in the legs, and heart valve disease. CIS cardiologists offer the most advanced, innovative, and compassionate care for the complete health of your heart and legs. Schedule an appointment at one of our 3 locations in the capital region at cardio.com.
Depression, anxiety, trauma, nicotine dependence, and more. Many families are struggling with behavioral health issues. Reaching out for professional help is the best thing you can do for you and your family. At CareSouth, we are committed to helping individuals and families to heal, bounce back, and grow stronger. Our team of professionals are available for telehealth and in-person visits. Call for an appointment today at 225-650-2000. Hope and healing is just a phone call away.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats. The flavor says it all.
Welcome back to the Jaguar Football Show with Coach Eric Dooley. As we close out this week's show, got to say to Coach Dooley, good luck with some of your preparation for the next game against UAPB. Of course, good luck to you guys on the recruiting trail, Coach. Go get those next Jaguars. And as always, go Jags!